Hero time. You all a little scared, shaking in your boots, knowing you're gonna be locked in a cage with a bunch of killers. And Hood, I'll give it to you, you're a killer yourself, but you're not quite playing with a full deck because of your teammates. Your cornbread's not quite cooked in the middle because you signed Hero Time up to get their ass kicked by a bunch of killers. War games is my style. You wouldn't give me a death match, but you gave me the next best thing, and you put the goddamn wish up. Real smart, Hood. Real goddamn smart, wasn't it? Pinfall or submission, but that doesn't discourage me or my crew from bringing weapons and toys to the ring and having our way with you till we decide we're done. Hero time, play for blood, because there's gonna be a lot of it, and you're gonna be taken dead, because alive is no longer an option.
Good evening, Multiverse! And welcome to an exciting go-home show edition of MNW Warzone. I'm your host, Warzone General Manager Jerry Aldini. And as you just heard, yes, next week at Millennium Dragon, the team of Hero Time will face a combined team of the Outlaws and Dirty Deeds in War Games. And the stakes: if Hero Time wins, Theron L. Markov is fired. But if Dirty Deeds and the Outlaws win, Blue Hood surrenders his wish to Theron, a power I dread to see what will be used if Theron gets it, because the wish is any match, any opponent, any stipulation. But War Games has a lot of factors in it, not the least of which is advantage. Who gets to enter the cage first? Because of the nature of War Games, it's a huge advantage because the numbers game will always favor that team. So in your opening match tonight, a combined team of members of Hero Time and Dirty Deeds and the Outlaws will face off to determine who gets advantage next week. And that is not all we have going on tonight. We also are going to have, in your main event, a fatal four-way tag match between the teams who will be facing each other at Millennium Dragon for the Multiversal Tag Team Championship. So it will be members of the champions, the Absolute Units, and members of the ICC and the Night's Watch. And oh yeah, just because we couldn't have enough of that, also OTP. It's going to be a crazy match leading up to an even crazier match next week. And with that stated, folks, there's only one thing we could possibly do at this moment, because it's going to be a hell of a show. We should get to it. Let's head to ringside for your opening match.
Your opening match is a trios tag tournament Introducing first, it's hero time.
Check your clocks. It's hero time. And this night it is Eustace J. Paragon, Power Surge, and Kane. The Millennium Ant is taking the night off because he's prepping for his TTV Championship match next week at Millennium Dragon, a three-way dance between him, Adrian Driscoll, and the champion, Juan Chance. And again, the stakes in this match, whoever wins will have entrance advantage at War Games.
And introducing their opponents. Coming to the ring first, CJR Killer.
The Killer coming out by himself. Representing the Outlaws. I think I know what that means. Because this is a joint team. The Outlaws getting help from their allies from Flashbang, Dirty Deeds. And it is, folks, it is going to be an insane night. Posing for the crowd.
And introducing their tag team partners. Dirty Deeds.
Dirty Deeds. If you're not somebody who watches both shows, these are two wrestlers from Friday Night Flashbang, Red Star Roman and Jack the Questionable. And it has now been revealed that that mysterious masked figure that was attacking people backstage was Roman. This all because their leader, the Fey Queen Kathjina, is a very close friend and ally of the Outlaws' leader, Theron Markov, who, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, is actually in action later tonight. I'll explain that in a bit. For now, we're starting out Paragon versus Killer. And the Killer is gonna probably live up to his name. Cash, Job, Repeat, Killer. And the brutality right off, but Paragon, a go-getter, but just mowed over by CJR. Paragon, a veteran of MNW, a former Multiversal heavyweight champion, but the savvy veteran in the Outlaw. Oh, running bulldog on Roman. Unlike Roman and CJR, Red Star Roman has never faced Paragon, but he's generally trying to make that a non-issue right now. And a kick out at one. It's a desperate time. You do not want to go into War Games at disadvantage as Power Surge is tagged in. Power Surge, a frequent target of Roman's during his reign of terror as the Masked Man. Bringing him up again. And here goes Power Surge. Never underestimate Power Surge. He is honestly, at this point, one of the most well-trained wrestlers in the business, learned from the best, and is taking all of that knowledge and making it mean something. But, oh, clothesline. Oh, and just knocking him down, setting him up, and knocking him down again. Has got to feel good from a payback level for Power Surge. Tagging in Kane, master of 8,602 moves. Whipping Roman into the Hero Time corner. And getting a double team. Oh, double shoulder block. Oh. Roman got a kick on Kane, but didn't realize Kane had made Paragon the legal man. And Roman again in the Hero Time corner. And Kane taking it to Roman. Oh, wrench in the arm. And outside, not a good spot right now. Roman is, oh no! Reverse Russian leg sweep. Can he do it? One. Hot tag to questionable. I don't think Kane realized that hot tag happened. He's still going after Roman. Now I think he realizes his problem is questionable. And now bringing in Paragon. Break up by Roman. Paragon goes for a payback punch. And now questionable in the Hero Time corner. Oh, fighting his way out. And with Paragon now in the wrong part of town. Oh, hoisting questionable over. Thinking about tagging and then deciding, no, he wants a piece of CJR and Roman. Obviously a hope of evening the numbers game, but questionable can play that game too. Oh, outside goes Roman, but we're up to an 8 count. All right, both legal men back in the ring and a running bulldog. And a kick out at 1. Even though this is a preliminary, the stakes are still high. Advantage at War Games can lead to advantage to victory, and with what is on the line, the thought of Theron Markov gaining the power of the wish. And of course, the Outlaws fighting to ensure Theron doesn't get fired. Whipping CJR into the corner of the Hero Time and right into a punch from Eustace. Oh no! Ah! Hitting him with dead or alive. Now leaving Kane splayed out as he brings in Red Star Roman. Going for something, but Kane, ever the expert, fights his way out. Slamming Paragon's head into the mat. Push off. And getting back up to attack the Outlaw. DDT. Roman raining blows. Oh, and down goes Paragon. A double punch. Eustace got to get out of that part of town. Numbers game is playing against him. Going in, using that turnbuckle. What has Paragon got planned? Wrenching the arm with the rope. And a reversal. Oh, and now here's Killer. Punch on Kane, and hoisting him up, hanging him out to dry. Kick out at 2 after that running neck breaker. With Jack the questionable in. Oh, that has left. Between those blows, he has rung Paragon's bell. And rolling out of the ring, rolling back in. And going for the pin. 2, 3.
And your winners, the team of CJR Killer and Dirty Deeds.
Oh. Well, folks, that determines it. The team of the Outlaws and Dirty Deeds will have advantage at War Games at Millennium Dragon thanks to Jack the Questionable. This puts Hero Time on the back foot, and I swear I can hear Theron Markov cackling. Quite possibly, literally, he's in the building. Yeah, the brass made the decision with the stipulation in place at War Games that since Theron's career is on the line, they are lifting his suspension. But because that happened, the Blue Hood came into my office demanding a match, saying if Theron's not suspended, there's no reason he shouldn't be in the ring tonight. And since it's Theron's career versus the Hood's wish, later tonight, they will face each other in one-on-one action. But that's then. For now, there's been a lot of excitement happening because we get all sorts of new and exciting things happening here on Warzone. And last week, we saw the formation of a new team featuring the Dagger Daggerick, the Goliath Gorm, and the Dragon Warrior Draco Rex to form TPK. And they had their first match as a team last week, but they are, of course, still in the crosshairs of the Dark Lords. And for some thoughts on things happening, let's our own very intrepid reporter, our Faye tracked down Jean Tristan, and well, let's go listen to that recording.
As we hurtle towards Millennium Dragon and the end of 2025, John, I wanted to follow up with you after the team of Daggerick, Gorman, Draco Rex with the reveal of TPK.
I am no stranger to last-minute alliances. A dragon is a choice. But make no mistake, that match was a warm-up, testing the waters, a skirmish before the actual field battle. What fascinates me is what strategy will be played.
You sound doubtful of this team-up. TPK has been showing a lot of promise and persistence.
Should I be threatened when they have yet to actually rend the Dark Lords apart in the ring? Make no mistake, I have been to war, and desperate last-minute alliances need so much more than fortune to take down something that lasts. But I believe in this. A dragon is auspicious for a new year.
I didn't take you as one for symbols and omens, John.
Dragons are symbols of power, fortune, tyranny, rising to meet a challenge. You don't need luck to be the dragon. You need everything you have and the kitchen sink. And I will be so eager to take everything TPD has to give us. And why for the longest time I've used the symbol of the black dragon on my back, before I switched to the white and pink.
A black dragon on red. I remember reading about an army from another world. Fields of red with a black dragon.
You may look no further, but we're out of time. We have a new year to ring in. And at Millennium Dragon, I'll have to make sure those bells ring for the Dark Lords. I've spent my last 1,000 years well. Ned Fenton spent another in the Nexus just the same. I think I like the ring of that, actually. The Millennium Lamp.
Back to you, Jerry.
And that's an interesting perspective from Jean Tristam. But unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be satisfying our vampire lord as he is making his way down to ringside. Apparently, he has more to say. I hope you don't mind my stopping by, but after my interview with Faye, I was thinking about it and realized I have more to say. And lucky you get to hear my utterings. Because I suppose I was, what's a word? I was impressed with the debut performance of TPK. It was, adequate. But let's be honest. Daggerick and Gorm are still useless clowns who, what did they do last week? Right, beat up a bunch of no-name nobodies. So you are very good, TPK, at beating up the unknowns, the wannabes, the refuse. Yes, you're good with garbage. And that's where you should stay, because frankly, that is where you belong. Well, I don't think the dagger liked that last part. The Dwarven King Daggerick, 1/3 of TPK, the new team, Faerun's favorite sons. And he and Jaunt have been going back and forth for months. You liked our little warm-up match last week, did you? Well, then you're gonna love this one. Because Daggerick and Gorm, with their new partner, Draco Rex, have a wee bit of a challenge for the Dark Lords. That is, if you got the Ghiblies to face us. I will assume Ghiblies are some euphemism for testicles. Fine, sure. Daggerick, whatever you think. If you want another round of humiliation, I'm more than happy to deliver it along with my fellow Dark Lords. So go ahead. What's your great challenge? TPK has formed. But there's a tradition in forming adventure parties. There's a place where they gather and start their epic journeys. That be the tavern. So we challenge you to a tavern brawl. A tavern brawl. Oh, how provincial. Oh, but why not? After all, what is more iconic for a party of adventurers? Meeting at a tavern, and what's that other thing that happens to so many? Right, falling to a great vampire lord. Ye are no von Zarevich, Jaunt. You got opinions on that? I had a wee talk with a old mate of mine, pumpkin-headed fella. But that's for another day. You have agreed, so we at Millennium Dragon will have us a tavern brawl. You seem to be thinking like this is a good thing for you. Remember when you thought it was a great idea to have a handicap match against us? Yes. How did that work out for you? Well, I'll tell you, here's a sneak peek. Your tavern brawl will work out just the same. What is that? I'm sure there's a term for this. Oh, aye, there's a term for you, and even with our MA rating, I can't say it here in the ring. There's still children about. But ye have made the choice. Ye are stepping into the tavern. You're joining the adventure and the beginning of the legend of TPK. I would say less legend than footnote, but if it will put this nonsense from you, Gorm and Draco, once and for all to rest, I'm in. So, Dagrick, do whatever funerary rites you dwarves do, and make sure the dragon and the Goliath do the same, because come Millennium Dragon, we will bury TPK. You're going to live up to your name. All right, Tavern... I don't even know what it... All right, Phyllis, take a note. Figure out what a tavern brawl is and how we're broadcasting it. But so the Dark Lords versus TPK at Millennium Dragon in a tavern brawl, which I'll assume is some form of trios competition. And I am being reminded by our statistics department that at one point in our history, the trios titles were the Bar Brawl trios titles. I don't think that means that they're over on Flashbang right now, but that's a question for another time. Meanwhile, Damian Anderson making a social media post saying, "Sweet baby Jesus," in his adorable little cradle. I can't tell who's more insufferable, Jaunt or Lawson. That, Sandman, that is a question worthy of the Sphinx. And I don't want one of those here. Makes you wonder. Are we sure Lawson's not a vamp? No, I'm not going to speculate. That route leads to nothing but madness. We have a whole nother issue we've got to get through tonight. Look, a lot's been happening of late. And one of the things that has been going on for a while now, Wonderball has been approaching other wrestlers and giving them coaching advice, which usually comes down to stop playing by the rules. Be a rule breaker. And let's just say there have been issues between him and Sergeant Major Payne. And in their last matchup, Wonderball made his point by beating Sergeant Major Payne with Galaxy Brain Tactics. He got Payne counted out and won a DQ victory. Well, that hasn't been setting well with the Unknown Soldier. So tonight, we're getting a rematch, and it's next, and we're heading to ringside.
The following match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Sergeant Major Payne.
The Unknown Soldier, Sergeant Major Payne, out here ready for some payback. Playing to the crowd.
And introducing their opponent, it's Wonderball.
And anyway, here's Wonderball, who is an advocate of essentially just being asshole wrestling. How these two are going to end this one, that's a great question. And they're off, and immediately a DDT from Wonderball. Oh, on the leg. And a power bomb on Wonderball. Oh, and a reversal by Wonderball. Going for a drop toe hold, backed out by Payne. And okay, throwing him into, oh, I think he knocked over the chair of the timekeeper. Payne. Oh, Payne down and now. Oh, wrench in the arm. Oh, hung out to dry. Oh, Wonder Ball working to get out of that bear hug. Oh, and the clapper. And pulling Wonder Ball to the center. Kick out at 2. And stalking each other. Ah, and the arm hook suplex. And, oh! Bringing them down. We're up to a 5 count, and hopefully we're not going to get a repeat of last week. Nope, throwing it back in the ring. And hoist him up, and blitzkrieg! One, two, kick out at 2. A bridging suplex 2. Oh!
And your winner, Sergeant Major Payne.
And payback for the unknown soldier getting a victory back over Wonderball and doing it clean. Victory for Sergeant Major Payne. And now the question is Wonderball going to accept this and move on to tormenting someone else, or are we still dealing with this? Oh, that's a question we won't be answering tonight. We've got so much more going on, including at Millennium Dragon, we are going to have a triple threat for the TTV Championship. It is going to be Adrian Driscoll versus the Millennium Ant versus Juan Chance. And of course, Driscoll got his shot through the most unorthodox of all methods, convincing Westwind to give up his shot to Driscoll. This has had a lot of people questioning what good is Driscoll for Westwind if it's all take and no give. Well, to address those accusations, here is Adrian Driscoll. All right. How's it all going? Now, I know what he all been saying about old Adrian Driscoll, that I'm screwing Westwind. And first off, I don't see it that way. And also, I want to give my most, and I mean most, sincere thanks to Westwind. Selflessly giving up his title defense to me so I can raise us up even higher. And I promise you that even with the interference from this millennium or multiversal ant, it ain't gonna make no difference. Adrian Driscoll's gonna get the gold, going to be the TTV champion, and then is going to use that to go all the way to the top, the Multiversal Heavyweight Championship, and then I will have the power to lift up Westwind, as I have promised. Well, apparently there is one person who maybe has a little difference of opinion on that. Here is your TTV champion, Juan Chance. And let's hear what the champ has to say. Adrian Driscoll, Juan Chance sees what you do, and, of course, must disapprove. This is not how it is done, and I, Juan Chance, have wasted too much of my time in this company to allow my title to be taken from him by the likes of you. Now, I see, that's hurtful. The likes of me, I'm but a humble man who just wants to help others and, of course, make his career one to remember. It's the same dream of any wrestler, if you ask me. Is that what you tell the professional? Is that what you tell the storyteller? Is that what you tell Westwind? For what Juan Chance sees is a strange deal maker and, dare I say, opportunist. Now, when you go throwing words like opportunist around, you make it sound like anyone in this company wouldn't take any opportunity they get. We know that's not true. You take your opportunities, your whole career is built around finding new opportunities. And honestly, you do a pretty good job of going after those. Oh, I see now the false affability of Driscoll. But I swear this, I will uphold my championship against the man playing at the monster, at the devil. Now that's hurtful. That's hurtful. I'm no devil. We've got a devil. You can see, you could tune in every Friday night on Flashbang, see him wrestle. I'm no devil. I'm just a man who gets things done and can make things happen for other people. That's even the professional said, I'm just a man. Yes, as the professional proved in the steel cage, you are just a man. And as the professional has shown, you can be defeated. And so that is what One Chance will do. And yes, of course, the multiversal ant will be there. But Juan will have the 1, 2, 3. Ever mention I admire how you've turned your name into a catchphrase? I think that's really clever. Not that it's going to make much difference come next week at Millennium Dragon. You, the ant, you think the ant's going to give you advantage? No. The ant's going to be an added obstacle for you. The ant increases the odds that Adrian Driscoll will not walk out of Millennium Dragon holding gold. That is what the ant proves. And what One Chance will prove is the indomitable will of one man. See you next week. Well, there we go. And that's what's happening. That's the T. Next week, triple threat action for the TV Championship and all of the opportunities that it entails. With that said, we've got a lot of matches coming up, some grudges, some title defenses, and there are two that are very interesting. The first, of course, is a long-standing grudge between the undisputed future R. Sawyer and the Storm Crow Jagger Blackthorn. Let's hear now from R. Sawyer.
Did you get that itch scratched? Did that backstage brawl sate the desire you had? Even just for a little? No? That's what I thought. Because a simple fight between you and me isn't going to solve it. Whether it's backstage, whether it's in the ring, you don't want to listen. You just want to fight. But you have no reason, no want. Yes, you can keep me away from the belts, but how is that satisfying? Where is the thing that will satisfy you? What's the real goal? What is it that you really want? Come on, Jagger. We're a week away from the pay-per-view. I'm not seeing anything being drawn out. I'm not seeing something coming out of you. So I have to ask myself, why should I even bother with you? Why should I bother with someone who won't stand up when the time comes? Why should I concern myself with someone who is so over-reliant on their Omni-Slayer powers that after having them taken away, you just don't reinvent. You just try to get it back over and over, like an addict that just won't give it up. You know, in this story of heroes and villains, both sides should have respect for each other. But I don't think you deserve my respect. You hear me? You're not worth my time anymore. I'm bored. You're boring me. You're boring. You're boring to the Warzone audience. I can at least give the audience what they want. I can give the audience a reason to watch the show. I don't need a title to make the most watched match of a show. I can do it by myself. But you don't give the audience what they want. You don't give them what they need. And quite frankly, I think you should just pack your bags and transfer back to Flashbang and become mediocre because that's all you can amount to. Perhaps you really are just bad product. Unless you can prove me wrong. Go ahead. Prove me wrong. I dare you. Prove me wrong.
And another issue we have going on is a championship defense. When Sasquatch Wing challenges the living nightmare Necrom for the Underworld Championship. For that, let's now hear from Sasquatch Wing.
It is only natural to want to fight in the Nexus. It is in the genes of every wrestler that steps foot into this wilderness. Many wonder why this is, and each who is posed this question have different answer, but for this one, it is to keep cycle of strength moving. All give strength in the ring and get strength in turn. Strength is given and gained again in next match and match after and match after. So, like all cycles of life and food and such, there are keystones. The Nexus calls keystones champions, ones that all want to surpass and want to become. To be champion is to be one that drives all in the Nexus to be greater than the champion, the self, and the rest of Nexus. This is why we all fight. We each become strong, and yet we all become strong as one. This is why this one will put every ounce of big Sasquatch strength to test against Necrom. This one wants to learn from and surpass the strength of Necrom. Become the Nexus Underground Champion and be one from which all in the Nexus can learn. To be the one who roars from a great peak for all to hear so that they may flock and share in the strength of Sasquatch Wing. So, Necrom, prepare to bring all big strength and skill to bear, as this one most certainly will. Though Necrom think this fight will go no further than that with Tommy Black, Necrom will be surprised to see how far this one can soar.
And that is all leading to both those matches next week at Millennium Dragon. But in anticipation of those matches, we've set up a little tag team match to whet your appetite. Let's head to ringside to see it in action.
The following is a tornado tag match. Introducing first, Sasquatch Wing.
There he is, folks. You might not know it to look at him, but he's the second richest man in the multiverse. Sasquatch Wing, our wiliest of businessmen. And he is here, but he's got a singular focus now, and that is winning singles gold. And to do that, he has to face the living nightmare Necrom.
And introducing their tag team partner, Jagger Blackthorn.
And the Storm Crow cometh. Jagger Blackthorn, who is in a long-standing feud with R. Sawyer. And that, where we thought it had tapered off, it has roared back to life. So with these two teaming up, I think you can guess who their opponents are going to be. We do this all the time, after all. There he is. Jagger, used to fighting monsters, now fighting a Terminator. And let's face it, him in the same ring as Necrom is very appropriate.
And introducing their opponents, coming to the ring first, Sawyer.
Is the undisputed future. He is the leader of meme. He is the killer of clowns. He is R. Sawyer.
And introducing their tag team partner, it's Necrom!
The living nightmare and underworld champion, Necrom. He is one of the most fearsome wrestlers in the business, terrorizing AAA for years, driving the Bell family out of Mexico, and now making his mark here in the Nexus. And now we are going to have a terrible, torturous tag match. And this is going to be a brutal, no disqualification tornado tag match. And get ready for chaos in the ring. Of course, right now, each wrestler going for his opponent next week. Oh, Necrom bringing down Squatch, and now, oh, knee to Jagger. And a twisting neck breaker by Necrom. Suplex on Necrom, and now Sawyer going after Squatch. That is one thing, folks. This decision has to happen in the ring. There's no count out. But a pinfall or submission outside does not count. And meanwhile, while we have traded partners, the different opponents from next week. Tequila Sunrise DDT on Squatch. Oh, not even a 1 count for Squatch. Going for Squatch's arm. Meanwhile, Jagger coming in to face Necrom. Squatch throwing Sawyer across the outside area while Jagger with a kick to Necrom's head. Bouncing Sawyer off of the Spanish announce table while Necrom throwing Jagger back in the ring. And suplex on Necrom. Squatch outside with Necrom. Meanwhile, Sawyer knocked down by Jagger. One count on Necrom. Now Squatch raining blows on his opponent. Jagger was going after Sawyer, but accidentally ran into Squatch. Squatch shrugged it off and now has Sawyer in the corner. And now, Squatch bringing up Sawyer. Sawyer whipping Squatch in the ropes while Necrom working over Jagger's neck. Twisting neck breaker on Squatch. Jagger raining kicks and blows on Necrom outside. Squatch. Going for a suplex, but Sawyer floated over, taking Squatch down at the leg. Sawyer now with Jagger. Working the arm. Get him in the corner, but blocked by Squatch. Oh, still getting the kick on Blackthorn. While Necrom, bringing down Squatch. And now, Squatch alone in the ring with both opponents. And, Jagger bringing down Sawyer. Whipping him into the corner. Necrom with a knee to Squatches. And I think Sawyer just got busted open. Sneak attack on Jagger by Necrom. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. Well, all opponents outside. And Squatch whipping Sawyer back into the ring. Following him. Cyber Stunner!
And your winners, the team of R. Sawyer and Necrom.
Well, there you have it. Sawyer and Necrom heading into Millennium Dragon with momentum. What will this mean for their respective matches next week? It's a lot going on, setting up for next week's action. But as we heard earlier, there's obviously the consternation on many people's parts about how Adrian Driscoll got Westwind to just hand him his title shot. A lot of people keep going, Westwind, what were you thinking? Well, we might get some answers for that right now, as Westwind is in the ring to address the crowd. Denizens of the multiverse, I, the angelic Westwind, find myself at a crisis of faith, questioning my choices. I once swore an oath of loyalty to the Night's Watch, and then I let that go by the wayside. And now I see them reach for gold after having skillfully not once but twice outwitted Adrian Driscoll. And now I have to question, was I wise in giving my title opportunity to Driscoll? People are saying that I am being taken advantage of. And now I find myself questioning if those voices are right. And I need to get answers. Did I make a terrible mistake? Did I place my faith in one who had none to return to me? I need to find answers to these questions. Am I on the right path, or have I strayed from the light in seeking an easy opportunity? Multiverse, denizens of the Nexus, I must beg your patience. I must look within. I must go and take time to contemplate my actions and decide if I have walked the righteous path, or have I strayed into darkness led by a faithless man? These are the questions I need answers to. All right, so, you know, I've experienced a lot in my time in MNW, my time in professional wrestling. And I have to say, this is the first time I've seen an angel have a crisis of faith. So that just happened. And while we contemplate what all that means, we have a social media post from Sasquatch Wing saying, gonna go watch tapes after World stops ringing. I mean, we've all been there, Squatch. Best of luck next week in your Underworld title match against Necrom. Now, let's, all right, this is the go-home show, but every once in a while, you just have to have a match. You know, you got to fill a card. And so this card is going to contain somebody who's going to have a very busy week next week, and somebody who has been making a roaring comeback into action in one-on-one competition. And there's nothing else to say, but let's head to ringside.
The following match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Seth Jackson.
There he is, folks. Seth Justice Jackson. You may not be able to tell, but he is in fact the greatest investigator Warzone has. And somebody who's done a lot of investigating and been a thorn in Adrian Driscoll's side, but right now he is far from that situation. Just looking to rack up some wins and get back into the swing of things.
And introducing their opponent, Nakano Kishima.
And here is the Crimson Delinquent. Next week, he will be involved in War Games. Or I'm taking that back. Looks like he is not going to be in War Games. He will be the one outlaw not involved. Sorry about that, Nakano. So he's getting action this week. It is the Investigator versus the Outlaw. Oh, brutal! And going for the pin, 1. And, oh, going for the driving fist, but Seth gets out of the way. Drop toe hold. Oh, off of the hardest part of the ring. And back in the ring, Seth pulling the Crimson Delinquent to the center of the ring. Up to a 3 count. Oh, Seth thrown into the barricade. And a 2 count from Nakano. Nakano setting up. Blocked by Seth.
And your winner, Seth Jackson.
And there it is, Seth on another win. Seth's beginning to build a little bit of a streak. Looking to build up. Win streaks like that, well, auspicious beginnings, and they can lead to great things. As we've recently seen, one win streak that was a delight to watch was the 5-win streak of Osman Killick, which was recently brought an end by Tiki the Troll, who is on his own win streak. And for commentary on how he feels about the state of things, let's head to ringside and let's hear from Osman himself. Greetings, my friends indeed. Multiverse. I've had the week to think on the activities that have occurred recently. My recent win streak, which did feel so good. But wins and losses occur, and it was an honor to face and even lose to Tiki the Troll on his own win streak. But it got me thinking, how can we build on what we have both accomplished? And I think the answer is, Tiki, you and I have a best of series. I was on a 5-win streak, which you did interrupt to continue your own winning streak. Let's see where we can take this. Let us see if we can put forth an epic match between each other to see who can achieve greatness. And I know that these things need a goal, a prize. I know that as a Jin, you would all expect that if Tiki wins, I would grant him a wish. While I am not opposed, I would say, let's do something more in line with our business. Tiki, let us have a best of series. And the prize be whatever Jerry Aldini deems appropriate. Yeah, fine, leave it with me. Actually, that's not a bad idea. None of that's a bad idea. A best of series between Tiki the Troll and Osman Killick. And I just would then need to decide what the stakes were, what their prize at the end was. As ideas go, I don't hate it. It's actually pretty good. And it does build on the momentum that Osman and Tiki have been building up. I guess what I need to do is hear from Tiki next. Is he in? Because if Tiki's in, Osman's in, I'm in, I bet the Multiverse is in. I like it. And, you know, you got to build on these things. You know, when you get opportunity, I mean, we talk about these matches, these record-building matches, and what they can lead to. And there are times when it's like, oh, these guys are just, you know, like Seth and Nakano just now, they were in. And Seth has won again, and if he keeps that going, it should lead to something. Osman was winning, and he would like it to lead to something. Tiki is winning. I'm sure he'd like it to lead to something. It just sounds like something that we should definitely be looking into. And Osman has a follow-up. Now, we need a moment. I didn't know that at some point I would have to have a Turkish translator. Oh, here it comes. It is important to pick yourself up when you stumble. A hope, a wish, a dream. I leave this in the capable hands of Tiki and Aldini. You know what? That sounds great. Osman will, like I said, I'll just wait to hear from Tiki, and we'll see where this goes. And in the light of that, we've got so much more wrestling action to go, but MNW is not just the finest in wrestling action. It's also a business, and occasionally we got to pay the bills. So now it is time. We are going to take a brief commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to have another match that, as the matches we saw with Seth and Nakano, as the series with Tiki and Osman, it's another chance for two other wrestlers to see if they can impress us with their prowess. And we'll get to that after this. See you all after the break.
Don't you just hate it when you're in a great one-on-one match, going up for a fly-high and moonsault, when you totally miss and eat more turnbuckle than a ravenous George the Animal Steel? Then you, my friend, might need to get your eyes checked. Hi, I'm former professional wrestler Dr. See It Coming, and we here at Eye to Eye Optometrists specialize in glasses, contact lenses, and overall eye health for the wrestling impaired. Our flexible, one-of-a-kind contact lenses are guaranteed to fit all sizes and be a comfort fit even as you get your eyes poked out by your mortal enemy. We even have some eyewitnesses to testify how great these eyes are. Mr. Simon the Psycho, what do you think of your new contact lenses? Oh, God! Oh, there goes our new intern. Ha ha! Come on down and book an appointment with Dr. See It Coming, and you and I will see eye to eye.
Sup, dudes? Do you want to look as gnarly as one of your favorite wrestlers on show who's holding one of the world titles from MNW? Well, you totally can, without even leaving your couch at Totally Tyler's Titles. For only $39.99, you too can own a complete replica of one of MNW's famous titles, like the MNW World Heavyweight Championship, the Tag Team, the Nexus Titan, the Interdimensional Championship, dude. So you can show off to your parents and show how gnarly you are, or you could secretly try and claim that you're formerly the title champion holder by holding a knockoff title. So come on down to Totally Tyler's Titles, where you can be a title holder today.
No official MNW wrestlers are allowed to hold the titles if they're a replica, unless you want to talk to Jim in the back.
What are you, blind, Rev? He clearly went for a roll-up reverse coil. This just can't be happening. This is some bull.
Is this you? Well, even if it isn't, I'm sure many of you have met these kinds of people, just marking up the walls of your favorite shows. Don't worry, we have the solution. With the Mark Manager. Yes, with the Mark Manager, we clean up the big marks, small marks, marks you didn't realize that were there, and marks that have always been there. We've even updated our product to help you clean off the toughest of marks.
Of course he was gonna lose the championship. If you'll look at my 42-page blog from last week, we can clearly see that the producers were going to have him. Hey, what are you doing? Ah!
So sign up and get your Mark Manager today. And remember, with a little bit of, any mark is manageable.
Fuck, it went up my nose!
Hey baby, it's me, Suplex Sam, and I'm here to tell you about my brand new experience, baby. On the Suplex Express, we're serving up hot dishes and hot meals for all your homies. It's time for Suplex Sam, the soup made for me, baby. Sam I am. Tired of your lunches being soupless? Don't worry, baby. Suplex Sam's got you covered. We got all the flavors. Wonton Wilson's, the beef drippings, the Doctor of Alphagetti, and the VI Pheromone. And of course, the signature soup, the Plex, so you can have your Suplex any day, anytime with yours truly, baby. So come on down to the Suplex Express and get yourself a can of Suplex Sam.
Are your heebies and jeebies? Are your ants in your pants? Do you get the butterflies in your stomach when you have to go up against a 400-pound, muscle-bound murder man who's trying to beat you in the ring? Don't worry, we have the solution for you. From the makers of the laxative product Let It Go comes the anti-anxiety medication Fuck It All. That's right, with a big old scoop of Fuck It All, you too can get yourself relaxed before any situation. Hand-picked and freshly squeezed from the teats of Tibetan relaxation monks. It comes with absolutely no long-term side effects. No, not at all. Yes, the anti-anxiety can make you stand up and say, fuck it all.
Warning, this product may contain extreme doses of caffeine and methamphetamine. If consumed by more than one human, those 2 humans may or may not cause to duel or explode. And this product is dairy-free.
High Flyer Airlines is the leading air carrier for all professional wrestling. We customized our planes to fit the biggest of egos. With fine velvet and leather seats, a custom-made full banquet by Chef Manatee, and a working vocal booth, so you can make your promos while you're on the go.
Wait a minute, this isn't a bathroom!
High Flyer Airlines. We're leading the air. in wrestling care.
I'm stuck inside the booth. Introducing Mizuki and Nero action figure dolls with intense hand-holding couple action, maximum lewdness. Watch the world's deadliest power couple have intense action conversations.
Honey, did you take out the dog today? I ate the dog! Very good.
Oh yeah! Push the buttons on the back of both action dolls to get both of them to be the parents of a the new Mizuki and Nero action figure dolls. Each sold separately, but then put together as a couple.
And we're back. And folks, it's time for our next match. And as I said earlier, it's going to be another match where two opponents are coming in to prove themselves and to see where we can go with them. People need to build up their records. And some people dismiss these, but as we just saw with Osman Killick, it can lead to things. And so at this point, it's really nothing left to say, but let's head to ringside.
The following match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Ignacio Cervantes.
And it is the mad genius of Los Villanos Ingobernables. Of course, we now know he is just one of the hardest people to beat by his cleverness.
And introducing their opponent, Suplex Sam.
And representing Apex, Suplex Sam. It's been an interesting, or not, did I say Apex? VIP. It's been a crazy night. Representing VIP, the VI Pharaoh taking the night off. Sam coming out, looking for a singles win, and about to take on the social outcast, Ignacio Cervantes. And they're off and both going at it hard as can be. And here comes, oh no, Sam is about to Drive him into the hardest part of the ring. Down is Ignacio as Sam goes after him. And, oh, Ignacio driving the advantage. Getting free of that bear hug. And going for the pin. One. Up to a 3 count on the outside. Oh, and down goes Ignacio again as Sam comes after. Here he goes. Oh! Nacho Storm! Ignacio hitting that Nacho Storm. But Sam not going down for the 3 count yet. DDT! And Sam fighting his way back in, but Ignacio coming back at him. moonsault onto Sam. Ignacio lifting up Sam. Is he going to be able to press his advantage? Well, it looks like no, because Sam counters. Oh, snake eyes! And now we're going to get the trio suplex. And oh, and now, Samplex! And looks like we're gonna get another Nacho Storm!
And your winner, Ignacio Cervantes.
The social outcast with the victory. Score one for Los Villanos Ingobernable. Now, I'm not saying I'm not trying to cause problems here. No, guys, I would never try and cause problems here. Even though Los Villanos Ingobernable is technically a sub-faction of VIP. Now, sometimes these interfaction things happen. And the mad genius of Los Villanos has scored another victory, which I'm sure Suplex Sam is very happy for him. Now, one of the matches I would say for next week that is... Oh, before we get there, we actually have a message from our victor. As Ignacio is saying, you know what sounds good? Soup and nachos. Just saying. I have thoughts, but I will not share them now because we have to get ready. As I was saying, for next week, Millennium Dragon, one of the most anticipated matches is going to be the Face Your Fears match, where Sir Uncle Dunk will get a chance to rewrite his story by facing an opponent chosen for him by the storyteller. And the question is, who could be that figure that will face Uncle and allow him to rewrite his story? Well, one person that's thinking about that a lot is Sir Uncle Dunk. I hope everyone had a good Christmas. I spent mine at a soup kitchen this year honestly, for the first time in my life. And it was different. There was the person running the kitchen, there was no harebrained scheme, no dastardly plan to ruin the holidays for everyone. And neither did I. I wasn't doing anything nefarious. I was just amongst those less fortunate like myself. And I had a simple meal. And even though I'm down in the dumps and poor and having to have a Christmas dinner from a soup kitchen, it's the best Christmas I had in years. Because it was just so simple, and it was just all of us together, and seeing all of those people. I know I did wrong. I know I was horrible to everyone, and I want to change. That's why I accepted the Storyteller's Challenge, because I don't want to keep suffering, but I also don't want to go back to what I was, because I see that what I was awful. So I'm ready to face whoever it is I have to face. And Storyteller hasn't told me. I have no idea who my opponent at Millennium Dragon is, and honestly, it doesn't matter. I want to get a new life started. I want to get this lift to begin and await my judgment. Because that's what this is. I have been horrible to everyone, and I need to face my judgment. What the hell? What the hell? That's Lucius Constantine! That is actual wrestling Satan! Sir Uncle Dunk is going to have to face the devil himself! Oh, well, Sir Uncle just faced a devil trigger. And now we know who he's facing in his Faces Fears match. And it's actual wrestling Satan, the monarch of wrestling hell. Uncle did say it didn't matter who he'd have to face. So, good luck next week, Sir Uncle Dunk. Okay, well, now it's time for, this is now time for our penultimate match. And I had teased it earlier. For those of you who are tuning in late, the brass made the decision that since Theron Markov's career is on the line with War Games next week, that he would get to participate, and that meant his suspension was lifted. And upon hearing his suspension was lifted, the Blue Hood demanded a match against the leader of the Outlaws. And folks, that's what's happening right now. Let's head to ringside.
The following match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, the Blue Hood.
Representing Hero Time, the Blue Hood, who will be one of Hero Time's participants next week at War Games. And as we saw in our opening match, the Outlaws are coming into War Games with advantage. They get to enter first. they will always have the numbers advantage until all 8 wrestlers are in the ring.
And introducing their opponent, Darren Markov.
And folks, you're not seeing things. Theron is being joined at ringside by the Fey Queen, Lady Kathgina. It's been revealed those mysterious attacks were at her instruction by Dirty Deeds to support her old friend, Theron. And there's a chance that Kathgina might be one of the 4 participants. It might be her or Jack the Questionable. We don't know. Right now we know. Here's what you're going to see. Hero Time will be represented by Eustace Paragon, Power Surge Blue Hood, and Leon Arcaster. And the Outlaws, Theron and CJR, will join Dirty Deeds, Roman, and either Kathgina or Jack the Questionable. They haven't decided on that part yet. It is notable Jack the Questionable is who won the match earlier tonight to secure that victory. And this match has no stakes. Nothing is decided other than Theron and the Blue Hood really want to beat the hell out of each other. And they are the people that have the stakes at War Games. Theron either gets fired or gains the Blue Hood's wish. And again, to remind you, the wish is Theron can call for any match against any opponent with any stipulation. He could call for a match. He could demand a title shot. He could demand a match that if he wins, he gets unbanned from Flashbang. He can demand anything he wants. But first, he has to win War Games, and before he gets there, he has to have this match against the Blue Hood. Markov demanding the Hood get back up. He's not done beating him. Oh, kneeling DDT. Raining the blows down on Markov. going back and forth. Oh! Kick to the face. And the Hood this again, there's no stipulation. He just wants to beat the hell out of Markov while Katjina taking off that turnbuckle cover. Right in the back. And, oh, just stomping a mud hole into Markov's chest. The Hood outside the ropes. And, oh, about to face. Oh, no, not. DDT on the hardest part of the ring. The Hood playing to the arguing with Katjina. And a kick out at 2 by Markov. Markov making the declaration that he is about to end the Hood, dead or alive. Oh! But the Hood's decided, nope, we're not done yet. To the side of the Hood. And oh, just missing the steps.
And your winner, Darren Markov.
Well, look at that. A Galaxy Brain Tactics win for Markov. How very outlaw of him. I wonder if he's going to regret not putting the blue hood away. Well, while that was happening, a whole lot was going on social media. First, of course, a message from Evie Markov saying it's a shame he won't be requesting a title if he wins the Wish, isn't it, Jerry? You know what? I know you guys have plans. I already know from the hashtags what he wants. He still has to win War Games, though. And then an oddball message from none other than the chocolate zombie Graven Allen. Saying, hey, Kath, while you're over there, do me a favor and punch Wes in his stupid face for me. You know, for old time's sake. Well, unfortunately, Kath, Gina, and Wes are going to be in two completely different matches next week. Wes is already tied up in the tavern brawl that the Dark Lords will be having with TPK. But maybe she'll find some time. I don't know. Well, we have one other thing. I have a rule. You all know this rule. This rule is that if a champion wants some ring time, he will get some ring time. And last week, this champion defended his belt in your main event. I'm, of course, speaking of the Ginger Boy, Tommy Black. Oi. Oh, I feel great. I do. Oh, that was a bloody good match last week with Johan. I swear, I don't know if I've ever felt this alive. I mean, I lost to Necrom and it dampened my spirit, but having a win, having one of my best matches of my entire life, I feel great. You know how good I feel, Johan? I think I could lift me on there. That's how good I feel, worthy. That is the way it is. I am the Ginger Boy, the worthy boy, the mad lad of London. And I proved myself against you, Mjoln. And now, well, I need a new challenge. Can't let this momentum rest. I am Tommy Black, and I am a fighting champion. Well, it looks like somebody heard him backstage. The Son of Thunder, Johan Mjoln. And Johan looks a little out of it, if you ask me. He's trying to figure out how to get in the ring. What the hell happened? He's telling Tommy to give him a moment. He's trying to find. There it is. He was asking where the microphone was. He's picking it up very gingerly. Yeah, that's a microphone, Johan. Johan, have you been medically cleared? Tommy, I would normally start out by asking what's good, but I'll be honest, what's good is not me. I've been out. I've been kind of hearing bells and things have been spinning since you beat me, but even with that, I can't let the insult to my family heirloom go without an answer. Look, you lost, and that is what you have to deal with. And I'm so sorry you're still feeling a bit out of it after I rung your bell so well. But you're upset that I insulted your family heirloom. Look, all I said is, after last week's victory, I'm more worthy than you to lift that hammer. I will not have my family's honor dragged through the mud by any mortal man. It is Monday, right, Tommy? I am actually seeing this crowd. All right, Johan, first I was just kind of having a giggle with you, but are you sure you're okay? Look, Johan, I don't want you to force yourself into anything, and I don't want you just because you feel insulted. I didn't realize how badly I banged you up last week. So, look, maybe you should just take some time, get your head back on. No! You have insulted my honor, my family, my legacy. You want my hammer. Tommy Black, you will get my hammer. I challenge you to a hammer match at Millennium Dragon for the Nexus Titan Championship. We will both climb the ladder to get Mjolnir out of a briefcase. You can put Mjolnir in a brief. Look, all right, fine. You know, I don't think it's a good idea. But look at you. I don't think you should be wrestling. You want to have a match? I'm fine with that. After you're healed. No. The first of us to get the hammer and throw it at his opponent and hit him with the hammer wins. That is how it has to be. My honor must be upheld, and I must prove you're unworthy of Mjolnir and unworthy of being a wrestler. I was going to let things slide, but that I won't take! Well, folks, Black got insulted and is going after Johan. Johan, who is clearly not recovered and I don't think should be medically cleared to wrestle. But I'm getting it from back that whatever's going on with Johan isn't that he's been cleared, and I guess we're making a match. We're going to have a hammer match next week at Millennium Dragon for the Nexus Titan Championship, particularly because Johan seems to be holding his own in the fight right now with Tommy, and maybe I spoke too soon. Oh, as Mjolnir goes down, Tommy Black is getting him in a lock. Oh, clothesline on the Son of Thunder. The ref is breaking it up. So I guess we're having a hammer match. All right, I'm going to see if I understand this. It's going to be a ladder match. There's going to be a briefcase over the match holding the hammer. And whoever can get the hammer and hit their opponent with it wins. Okay. I guess. Well, with that, folks, here we are. It is time for your main event. We are going to be having members of the ICC, the Night's Watch, OTP, and the Absolute Units coming out to face each other, and I'm just being told this will be a preview match for both the tag team match and the multiversal heavyweight match. And at this point, I have nothing else to say but let's do this!
Reach for the sky, boy. Your main event is a fatal four-way tag match. Introducing first, OTP.
Here they are. OTP, Brock Bohr and Registered Anon, Florida Man, and the Cajun Cryptid. One of the four teams next week going for the Multiversal Tag Team Championship.
Introducing next, ICC.
It is the International Combat Club Lock-In and Nice Ice. Lock-In will be in that tag match, and Nice Ice is challenging for the Multiversal Heavyweight Championship, having won the right by defeating Grizzly Adams. Lock-In, the best stand-up comedian to come out of the East German Super Soldier program. He actually told me a joke tonight, although it was a little late because it was a Christmas joke. He said, "Now, what happened to the elf after Christmas?" And he said he was depressed because he lacked elf confidence. But don't look at me. I didn't come up with a joke.
Introducing next. The Night's Watch.
Alistair Evergreen and Gunnar Birch, they've been working for a title shot, and they've got it, but they have to face 3 other teams in that match. And of course, they're probably very curious about what's going on with Westwind now that he's having a crisis of faith for leaving them for Adrian Driscoll.
Introducing next, the Absolute Units.
And there they are, the Multiversal Heavyweight Champion and one half of the Multiversal Tag Champions. Both will be busy next week at Millennium Dragon. And it is, of course, tornado rules. That's the only way you can deal with this many combatants in the ring. In this warm-up match, this final preview before Millennium Dragon. Nice Ice going for Croc-4. Suplexing him while Alistair Evergreen going for lock-in. And now facing Forrest T. Wade. TJ bringing, going for a pin. Kick out at 1. Oh, and down on the chest of Anon. Everyone's stalking each other, taking a moment to take a assessment, and now going for a pinfall, but Alistair kicks out. Nice Ice does not get the job done. And now, Croc going after Nice Ice. But realizing he now has to deal with lock-in. Oh, twisting neck breaker on Nice Ice from Croc. And folks, this is just the warm-up match. Nothing is technically online. And with that, can he pin Forrest?
And your winners, the Night Watch.
I guess the answer was yes, the Night's Watch, with the victory, going into Millennium Dragon with momentum. I'm telling you, it has been a hell of a night here. Craziness abounds, but with this show coming to an end, we now look forward to next week and Millennium Dragon. So let's go over the finalized card. Starting with the grudge match between the Stormcrow Jagger Blackthorn and the undisputed future R. Sawyer. Next, we are going to have the first ever Tavern Brawl when the newly formed team of TPK, Dagrick, Gorm, and Draco Rex will face the Dark Lords, Exarchoon, Earl King West, and Jaunt Tristram. We will have the Face Your Fears match when Sir Uncle Dunk must face actual wrestling Satan Lucius Constantine to rewrite his story. And a unique Nexus Titan Championship match. Tommy Black will defend his Nexus Titan belt against Johan Mjoln in a hammer match. And we are going to have a three-way dance for the TTV Championship when Juan Chance must defend against both the Multiversal Ant and Adrian Driscoll. Juan does not even have to be involved in the decision to lose his belt. The Underworld Championship will be decided when Necrom defends against Sasquatch Wing. A four-way tag team championship match when the Absolute Units must defend against the International Combat Club, OTP, and the Night's Watch. And War Games! When Hero Time, Eustace J. Paragon, Blue Hood, Power Surge, and Leon Arcaster must defend against the combined team of Theron Eldrazi, CGR Killer, Red Star Roman, and Jack the Questionable. If Hero Times win, Theron is fired. If the Outlaws and Dirty Deeds win, Theron gets Blue Hood's wish. And the Multiversal Heavyweight Championship is on the line when TJ the Mint Gable defends against Nice Ice. Next week, January 5th, Millennium Dragon. We hope to see you all then. Until then, we are out of time. Thank you all for joining us tonight. I've been your host, Jerry Aldini.